The Whispering Grove. Part 1, The Journey to Solitude. Mara sought refuge from the chaos of city life, renting an isolated cabin deep in the woods known as the Whispering Grove. Legends of the grove whispered among locals told of eerie voices and vanishing wanderers, but Mara dismissed them as mere folklore, craving solitude to finish her novel. Upon arrival, the cabin exuded rustic charm. Yet, the surrounding woods seemed oddly oppressive, as if the trees leaned too closely together, hiding secrets in their dark embrace. Mara unpacked, relishing the quiet. But by nightfall, the whispers began. At first, they were faint, a subtle murmur drifting through the wind. She brushed it off as her imagination, but it grew louder with each passing hour. Words were unintelligible but unmistakably human. "Is someone there?" she called into the void, stepping outside with a flashlight. The beam of light barely penetrated the suffocating darkness. Nothing but rustling leaves responded. Back inside, Mara locked the door and went to bed, her sleep troubled by vague dreams of shadowy figures and a faint voice that called her name. Part 2, The Discovery. The next morning, Mara explored the woods, notebook in hand to jot down inspirations. As she ventured deeper, she noticed carvings on the trees, symbols she couldn't decipher. They seemed ancient, crude, and malevolent. Her foot caught on something, and she tumbled to the ground. Lifting herself up, she uncovered what tripped her, a bone, bleached white and too large to belong to an animal. Her stomach churned. A faint whisper slithered through the trees, "Leave." Mara turned in every direction, heart pounding, but saw no one. Rushing back to the cabin, she resolved to pack and leave the next morning. But night fell faster than she expected. The whispers returned, louder now, accompanied by faint tapping on the cabin walls. Shadows danced across the windows, though there were no trees nearby to cast them. She called the rental agent, but the line crackled, and the voice that answered wasn't human. "You shouldn't be here." The call ended. Mara's blood ran cold. Part 3, The Unseen Visitor. The tapping grew more insistent, turning into thuds. The whispers became distinct voices, overlapping and chaotic. "We see you, Mara." Her breath hitched. How did they know her name? She grabbed a knife from the kitchen, trembling as she backed into a corner. The lights flickered, plunging the room into brief darkness. When the lights returned, a figure stood in the doorway, a woman, pale and gaunt, her eyes hollow and skin stretched tight over her bones. "You have to leave before they come," the woman whispered, her voice shaky. "Who are you?" Mara stammered. Before the woman could respond, the lights flickered again, and the figure vanished. A scream echoed outside, distant yet blood-curdling. Mara bolted the doors and windows, knowing it wouldn't help but unable to do nothing. Part 4, The Truth Unveiled. Mara didn't sleep. She sat clutching the knife until dawn. As sunlight seeped through the blinds, she felt a fleeting sense of safety. Venturing outside to find help, she discovered a weathered journal near the cabin's porch. The name on the cover read Clara Morgan. She flipped through its pages, horrified by the contents. Clara had rented the same cabin years ago. The entries detailed her descent into madness as she heard whispers and saw figures in the woods. The final entry read, "They come for those who stay too long. I thought I could escape, but I'm trapped. If you find this, run before it's too late." A shadow passed over her. Turning, Mara froze. A group of figures emerged from the woods, their faces blank and featureless, their movements jerky like marionettes on frayed strings. One of them stepped forward, its voice a chilling whisper. "You should have left." Part 5, The Final Twist. Mara fled deeper into the forest, the faceless figures gliding silently behind her. As she ran, the trees grew denser, their branches clawing at her skin. She stumbled into a clearing filled with graves, each marked with the same strange symbols she had seen earlier. Her knees buckled as she recognized a name on one of the graves, Mara Ellis. "No, no, this isn't real," she gasped, backing away. The figures surrounded her, their whispers melding into a deafening cacophony. The woman from the night before appeared again, her face twisted with sorrow. "You were never meant to leave," she said softly. Mara's vision blurred as cold hands gripped her. Darkness swallowed her whole, and the whispers ceased. Epilogue. A month later, a young artist rented the same cabin, seeking inspiration. On her second night, she found a weathered notebook on the porch with the name Mara Ellis etched on the cover. The whispers began again.